you ready to fall asleep within just 29 minutes. In order to achieve this, I need your full attention. However, you can close your eyes and of course relax, but I do need you to just focus on my voice. Can you do that? Perfect. So let's begin by winding down our mind. And a good way to do this is to picture your mind like its own little mind palace. And in this palace are many rooms, and they contain different thoughts and feelings. And together we're going to only open the happiest rooms up. We're going to only let ourselves and our minds be exposed to the happiest, most relaxing, calming thoughts possible. So let's begin this journey in your mind palace together. And remember, this is a place that you can always access in your everyday life. Perhaps when you're dealing with a stressful situation, you can simply step into your mind palace and open the door to a room of calm. So, this mind palace is decorated in your dream style. That could be very modern or perhaps more traditional, but it's decorated in a way that you feel most comfortable there, most at home. So now you're in your mind palace. Take a look down at yourself and notice for a moment what you're wearing, because in your mind palace you're only in the most comfortable clothes. So now look down and see what you're dressed in. I can see that you've picked something extremely comfortable. It looks very nice. You feel not too hot, but not too cold, just right. So now you're nice and comfortable. Let's make our way to door number 1. Now door number 1 holds one of your happiest childhood memories. I don't have access to the exact memory, but this is something that made you smile. It could be something very, very simple, like maybe playing with your friends in a sunny park, perhaps a family holiday season, or maybe going away somewhere special, or just something pure like enjoying playing with your favourite toy. Whatever it is, I want you to let it absorb your whole mind. When we think about going to sleep, what's happened during the day can often race through our mind and cause us to think more negatively about ourselves and our day, and distract us from what we need to be doing, which is sleeping. So by only allowing your mind access to the most pure, happy thoughts and feelings, you're blocking it from thinking about anything negative. So just take a moment to just absorb this pure and innocent, happy memory. So if this memory takes you back to a more childlike state, then allow that to happen. And when you can feel your heart is full and satisfied, come out of that room and let's close that door and smile and move on to room number 2. Room number 2 is filled with the memory of something you've accomplished, something that you're proud of. And what we're proud of can come in many different forms. For some, it could be an academic achievement, a career progression, or something along those lines. For others, it could be getting a chance to own your dream car or take that dream holiday. Perhaps you'd worked particularly hard to get those things, and so you felt proud when you finally got to own them. No achievement can be compared to another's, because what we're most proud of is what we are most proud of, and that's what you must always hold on to. Comparison is the thief of joy, and we must learn not to compare ourselves, but just to focus on what made us so proud. I can sense that you are a bright individual with many, many talents, and you have so much that you can achieve still. And what I want you to hold in your mind in this room is the feeling that you can have this sense of achievement once again. And in a way, being able to achieve a regular sleep pattern is an achievement in itself. So by taking the time to listen to me, you're already taking a step to achieving another proud moment. I want you to let that feeling of achievement and accomplishment fill your mind and also your heart. Think about how when you're able to really focus, doesn't matter what you're focusing on, you are able to achieve. And that's something that you can always hold on to. And now, with that feeling boldly in your mind, I want you to come out of that room and let's make our way to room number 3. Now, room number 3 takes us to a memory of your first getaway. This may be somewhere abroad, a far and distant land, or even somewhere closer to home. But this is your first trip away. And this memory is providing you with excitement and joy. That slight nervousness of not knowing what to expect, but believing that something will be good and going for it. You had such a wonderful time, and I want you now to take a moment to really focus on your surroundings. Every room in the mind palace can change its looks based on what you think in your mind. So you could take yourself to a nearby hotel, an exotic beach location, or maybe a wild city break. Whatever you're focusing on in your mind, the room will transform around you. And as it does, I want you to focus on how you felt during those moments. Calm, happy, content. Again, showing that you can be relaxed and happy. You can enjoy yourself and learn to switch off when you're away. So there's no reason why you're not able to do exactly this when you're at home. You deserve this feeling every single day, to be able to just switch off from everything and anything that's bothering you, because we know that you've done it once before and you can definitely do it once again. You deserve this feeling all the time. The feeling of rest, relaxation, calmness. Think about the sounds that you can hear. Is it the sounds of a beach with the waves just flowing? Are you on a tropical island with the sounds of the rainforest or jungle around you? Wherever you are, try for a moment to really focus on your senses, because our senses can be one of the most important things in order to relax. If we can learn what to tune into, we can also learn what to tune out. You have the ability to feel relaxed and calm all the time. So don't stress, because you know that you can feel happy and relaxed. And now let's step out the room together, and the next portion of the Mind Palace focuses on your body and the areas where you may be holding more tension and more stress. Together we can continue to relax every single part of you. And now that your mind is in a relaxed, content state, let's begin to open the doors to the areas that are still keeping you awake. Let's start with a common area of tension for a lot of people, and that's the neck and the shoulders. These typically experience pain due to strain during the day. This can be through computer use or looking at tablets and devices, and we can find that our necks become strained and tense. This tension can then lead to pain in the shoulder and the back area. I want you now to imagine as though you're just melting. This can be quite a difficult thing to imagine, but just simply imagine that you are burning hot and you are having cool ice water poured all down your neck and shoulders, and it's releasing all of the tension that those areas are holding. It's simply melting away all that pain and tension. And now if you imagine that you're having a massage and the tension is just being eased out, you can feel the knots in your shoulder and your neck easing. Just imagine all of that tension melting away. You deserve to relax and have all of that tension just taken away. And think about how good that feels when you can imagine all those knots and muscles just melting. And now in the room there is another little door, a hidden door. And this is a good little hidden door because it's the door to your head. So this may seem like it deserves a separate door, but because a lot of the tension can actually come from the neck and the shoulder zones, the Mind Palace thought it would be best to put them together. So, with that in mind, lots of tension can be held within the head. So now I want you to imagine as though someone is running their fingers through your hair, and it feels almost like an egg is being cracked, and then all the tension just melts away. Sometimes we forget how much we put our minds and bodies through, and sleep is a wonderful time to take a moment to repair. You don't need to focus on anything else, only the rest and the relaxation of that head. And you can feel all the tension in that scalp just blissfully melting, and it seems so simple, but it feels so lovely just to be able to melt all of that tension away. And now you can feel the results. You can step out of the room and we can move on to another area of tension. What an excellent choice. Let's go there now. So we move on to the room that contains your hands and your feet. So these are areas that again can hold on to a lot of unknown stress and tension. Our hands, something we're using every moment of every day, and our feet taking all the weight from our body. So both are in need of some serious pampering. So let's for a moment stretch out our hands and our feet as wide as we possibly can. You can either do this right now, or you can just picture it in your mind. Just think about how good it feels to focus on those fingers and toes stretching out as far as they can. Just stretching. And as you stretch, you begin to let go of any tension that they may be holding on to. Now your feet are a little more tricky because they are holding on to a lot more weight than your hands, so they feel quite heavy. So what I want you to picture is your feet floating on a cloud. Your feet are now feather light. They feel so light and perfect, and you know that you can just simply let go. And now let's step out of that room together. And now I want you to make your way to the end of the Mind Palace. Now this is a place that you will recognize, a place of ultimate comfort, a place that's very familiar. And now you can see that at the end of the Mind Palace is your bed, waiting for you. All the covers white and fresh, fluffy, just like a cloud, waiting just for you. You almost float on top, your time to sleep, your time to relax. You stretch out like a starfish, and you can feel the warmth and the softness of the covers. You feel not too hot and not too cold, just right. And you know that in this moment you feel happy and content, ready for the best night's sleep you've ever had. So think now about the night sky, the twinkly stars, and that beautiful dark sky, just encouraging you to dream and to close your eyes and focus only on sleep, because you know that you can relax, you know that you can sleep, and you know that you can return to your Mind Palace whenever you need to. You just need to learn to focus. Good night.